Now, students, as we all know that there are various literary devices which we use in our poetries, in our any piece of literature to express ourselves. Now, students they wonder what are those literary devices. Literary devices are nothing, they are just a kind of tool which is used in English literature to make your piece of writing more interesting and appealing to the readers. As you can read over here, literary devices are tools used by poets to make a literature more interesting and appealing to the readers. Poet uses them to create rhythm, enhance a poem's meaning, or intensify a mood or feeling. So, whenever we have to express ourselves in a better way to make the readers understand something with with some with more, and make the learning more influential and permanent in somebody's brain, then we use these literary devices. For example, you are looking very beautiful. It is a simple sentence. I am telling anyone that that person is looking beautiful. But when we try to impress someone, or when we try to speak in a more influential way so that it gets more attention of the listener, then we can say, you are looking as fair as a milk, your hair is as glittery as a jewel. That is, you are looking beautiful. Fairness is also a part of being beautiful, and hairs are also a part of being beautiful. So that person is looking beautiful, as well as the hairs are looking glittery, they are looking they are shining like a jewelry. Example number 2 says Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is called Iron Man, is Iron Man of India, is Iron Man of India. If I say that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel had qualities of iron, that would also be fine. But just in order to make the piece of writing more influential, more eye-catching, more appealing, I am writing that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is Iron Man of India. It does not mean that he was made up of iron, but it simply means that he had qualities of iron. He was a very strong man. That's it. Just to make it more interesting and appealing, and to give more enhanced poems or enhance the meaning of the write up, I have written Iron Man. It is not that literary devices are simply used in poems only, they can be used in any form of literature. Whenever we are writing, even we as individuals can use literary devices to express ourselves. Now, there are many literary devices. We will discuss each one of them individually. First one is simile. When we talk about simile, if I say that she sings as sweetly as a koel, I have said that she sings as sweetly as a koel does not mean that her voice is like a koel, but I mean to say that the melody which is there in her voice is just like the voice of a koel. Now, what simile is? Simile is simply a comparison done between two things using as or like. Whenever we do a comparison between two things using as or like, then in that statement we say that simile is the figure of speech which is being used. For example, if I say the wrestlers look as strong as an ox, the wrestlers are strong, everybody knows that, but in order to make it more understandable to the person who read about the wrestlers, I have written they look as strong as an ox. Ox is very strong, so wrestlers also have the qualities of ox. That's why I have written they look as strong as an ox. They are not ox, but they are very strong. Just like ox is very strong among animals, similarly wrestlers are very strong breed among human beings. Then the next sentence says, "Our soldiers are as brave as a lion." Our soldiers are brave, we all know. They fight for us. They are there to sacrifice their life for the nation. That means they are very brave. Every second individual cannot do so, but the soldiers, they are so brave that they are ready to do so. That's why I have written, our soldiers are as brave as a lion. Or if I then that means that they have the qualities of a lion. Their braveness is compared to the lion, and we have used the word as brave as. That's why we can say that we have used figure of speech simile in this sentence. Now the next sentence says, he is as funny as a monkey. He is not monkey, but his qualities are like that of a monkey. They are like that of a monkey. That's why we can easily say that in this sentence also, the figure of speech which is being used is simile. The next sentence says, the young Taimur is as cute as a kitten. We all know who is Taimur. He is the son of Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor, and we all see his pictures, and we all know that he is very cute. Just like small kids are cute, he is also super cute. So just to make the readers imagine Taimur's beauty and cuteness, we have referred to we have compared Taimur to a kitten. Kittens are very cute. That's why I have written, the young Taimur is as cute as a kitten. Now next figure of speech, metaphor. In metaphor, it is just like a simile. In this also we compare, but in this also we compare, but we don't compare using as or like. We refer to that thing directly. For example, he is a donkey. He is a donkey does not mean that that person is a donkey. It means that that person possesses qualities like that of a donkey. That is why I am saying that he is a donkey. But it is very understandable if I am not using as or like, then but still I am comparing someone to something, then that means that the figure of speech which is being used is metaphor. For example number 1, Ram is a lion, means Ram is not a lion, but I have said Ram is a lion directly because he might be having qualities of a lion. That's why I have said Ram is a lion, and it is quite understandable here that the figure of speech being used over here is metaphor. Next figure of speech is, next sentence in a next example is, you have heart of a gold. That means it does not mean that your heart which is there inside you is made up of gold. No, it means that you have very good qualities, and that makes you a very genuine person. That makes your heart very beautiful. That makes your heart very pure. That's why I am saying that you have a heart of a gold. Camel is a ship of a desert. Camel is a ship of a desert. Is the ship of a desert means camels are mostly found in desert, and they are often referred to as the ship of a desert. It does not mean that they are ship, they are animals, but just as the ship helps us to sail across water bodies, similarly camel helps us to sail across the desert. That's why we are saying that camel is a ship of a desert. We are directly saying that camel is a ship of a desert. Then next figure of speech or next literary device which we are going to discuss is alliteration. Alliteration means in such sentences the first the words have same consonant sound. For example, Peter Pepper picked a peck of picked peppers. Now see, Peter, P is consonant, pepper, P is consonant, P then picked, P is consonant, and pack, P is consonant, sound is the sound which P is producing is the same, is that of same consonant. That's why we can say that alliteration is a part of speech or literary device which is being over here in this sentence. Similarly, next sentence, a black bug hit a black bear. Black bug, black bear. A black bug bit a black bear. Black, B, bug, B sound same, bit, B sound same, black again sound same, bear again sound same. So again we are using alliteration over here in this sentence. The next sentence says, the boy buzzed around in the bus. The boy buzzed, bus sound same. Next sentence says, little Lakshman likes lychee. Little Lakshman likes lychee. So here now it is very clear that this word that the words in alliteration have same consonant in a sentence. When the words have same consonant sound, then we can say that alliteration is a figure of speech which is being used over here. Then next we come to hyperbole. What is hyperbole? Hyperbole is when we over exaggerate anything or any topic which cannot be true or which is not meant to be taken literally, which is not true, then we say that the figure of speech which we are using is hyperbole. For example, he can I can move mountains for you. Though no one can move mountains, but just to make just to make myself more interesting, just to make myself more appealing to the person to whom I am speaking, I have said that I can move mountains for you. So whenever we are over exaggerating in any sentence, then we are using hyperbole as a figure of speech. Then the example of hyperbole is, he runs faster than the wind. Nobody can compete with the wind, but still I have written he runs faster than the wind. He runs faster than the wind. It is over exaggeration. I am over exaggerating. That's why we can say that hyperbole is a figure of speech which is being used in this sentence. The next sentence says, I haven't slept for a year. It is not possible that a human being does not sleep for a year, but just to over exaggerate, but just to make the listeners, just to influence the listeners more, just to attract more listeners towards what I am saying, I have said that I haven't slept for a year. Now again, I have explained you 1,000 times. No one can, and I have not counted how many number of times I have explained anything to you, but still I am saying that I have explained you 1,000 times. It means that something has been explained to you many times. 1,000 times does not mean that I have counted number of times. It just simply means that I have explained you anything enough number of times. She has ocean of knowledge. Knowledge cannot be measured by measuring the ocean, but still I am over exaggerating. I am just making it more interesting. That's why I am saying that she has ocean of knowledge. So now you must have understood why we use literary devices. We just use literary devices to make our writing, make a piece of literature more influential, more appealing and more rhythmic, and even if some person is reading who is not in good mood, might find it interesting to read and might be influenced by our writing. That's why we use figure of speech in English literature. Now assonance means, in this, consonants are different. The words starting in the words in a sentence are different, have different consonants, but their vowel, the second word in the second alphabet in that word is vowel, and that has same sound. For example, the morning was cold with bold morning was cold with bold statement. Morning, morning O is a vowel, then C is a vowel, and B is a vowel. Morning, after M, O is a vowel. Of cold, after C, O is a vowel. After B, O is a vowel. So it is producing same sound. So that's how we can say that the consonants are different but the vowel sounds are same in a sentence. Then we can say that the figure of speech which is being used is assonance. Now the second sentence says beer is near but no need to fear. Beer, B is a consonant but E is a vowel, N is a consonant but again E is a vowel, fear, F is a vowel, then again F is a consonant, again E is a vowel. So similarly we can say in this sentence also that assonance is the part of a speech which is being used over here. Now again, how is your cow now? How cow now? See, in how cow now, again H is a consonant, O is a vowel, C is a consonant and O is a vowel again. In now, N is a consonant and O is a vowel again. So we can say that the figure of speech which is being used in this question is assonance. The kids always enjoy their snack pack. The kids always enjoy their snack pack. Snack, snack pack. So snack pack produce same sound. That's why we can say that again assonance is a figure of speech which is being used over here. Now you all must have understood why we use different figures of speech. We use different figures of speech in order to make ourselves more clear in what we are trying to make the readers understand, in order to make our piece of writing more interesting, more rhythmic, more meaningful, and intensify the meaning of something which we are writing. That's why we use figures of speech in writing. Now in the next class we will discuss another 6 figures of speech which are left. Thank you.